dropping a building on my face.
All right, and welcome back to Collector Level. This is Will, and we're here today with a 1/6 scale collectible overview and a little bit of posing. As many of you may recognize, this is Brock Rumlow, a.k.a. Crossbones. Some of you may recognize from the MCU. This is directly a depiction of Frank Grillo's interpretation of Crossbones. And he appeared in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, and also as an alternate timeline view in Avengers Endgame. So here's some more shots of the side of his face. Now this helmet does come all the way off. I'll show you that now. And it is a two-piece supported with elastic that allows it to kind of stretch over the face without doing any damage to the actual figure itself. But it's a fully sculpted head. I think Crossbones is a very unique character in the idea that he's kind of a morally challenged individual who kind of feels that he's been underappreciated in his tactical roles and kind of moved himself into the Hydra space inside the MCU movies. His comic book history is a little bit more detailed, and where he stepped in a lot of places and a lot of groups, but always kind of found himself on the outs with people and the groups that he was in, because he's just that kind of a he's just that kind of a guy. I'm going to kind of show you here, like, all of these pieces are removable, all the magazines, and that's not uncommon for that level of detail to happen inside of 6 scale figures. This grenade completely comes out. He's got some serious tread on his boots. All these shin guards and knee pads, they're all pinned in like an actual pair of knee pads would be. It's really amazing. Well worth it. It's still available. There are third-party resellers that have this. There's some that are US-based and some that are Asia-based that you can get this from. I'm not going to mention that because they're not sponsoring any of my videos. So you can find this on your own. It's called The Mercenary, and it's by Art Figures. So there's that. All right, so we're going to do several views here so that you can get the full appreciation of this 1/6 scale figure. It's really crazy. This is one of very few figures that I've ever received where there was a highly detailed amount of assembly required. Everything that you see, from the vest to the helmet to the gauntlets, to the fabric that's wrapped around the gauntlets, to all of the accessories, including the magazine holder, the magazines themselves, the extra shotgun bullets, the tools that are assembled onto his vest, and the knee pads, the the side arm strap, the boot covers, everything had to be actually assembled. And I'll show you the inside of the box in a second, and all the trays and everything. It was a lot, but one thing that it didn't come with was a figure stand. Luckily, we have a couple extra of those around here. I'm using a dynamic flight stand at this moment for him. I was able to bend it around a little bit to have it make more sense, and to use the waist grabber just to help support him here while I've got him on the rotating tray. But I think you get a good idea of how detailed that this actually is. We'll show the face sculpt in just a little bit, so that you can see the detail. They've showed him here in his damaged state from Civil War, and we'll show that clip here.
I think I look pretty good, all things considered.
Okay, so for comparison's sake, since you just saw the clip, I'm going to show a little close-up here of the actual Brock Rumlow Crossbones sculpt. He is very, very burned, damaged, right down to the details here on the side of his face, over by his temples where he was clearly like singed and burned, and his face hair is kind of burnt off and irregularly patterned now. Yeah, they did a great job. This is a third-party figure. I want to disclose that this company, Art Figures, does not hold the intellectual property in order to reproduce this. So this is a copy that I purchased with my own money. It's not sponsored or promoted by anyone. And again, as usual, I'm not promoting third-party figures, although I do appreciate their interest in bringing the characters that the licensed companies, in this case mostly known Hot Toys, is unwilling to produce. Now, Hot Toys did produce a prototype for this and kind of teased that they were perhaps going to actually make one, but like a lot of those teases, they did not come through. So Art Figures stepped in and made, I think, an exemplary version of this figure. So hey, real quick before we go any further, I'd like to ask all of you who are watching the video to hit that like button, consider subscribing. We would really appreciate it. The channel is growing. We'd like for it to grow a little quicker. We've got a lot of exciting media collectibles and film content to bring your way, and letting us know that you're enjoying the content would really help us to grow the channel, also to know that you're out there and that you're watching. So again, thanks for watching, and hit that like button. So here is a pose with Crossbones in the last few minutes of his life that you may remember from Civil War in the opening scene. And he's gazing up to Captain America, who is talking to him at this moment, just before it's over. All right, so here's one last one to close us out. Mid-action pose, punching, fighting pose for Crossbones. So hey, this is Will from Collector Level saying enjoy your collection.